Greetings, Libra. Welcome to your reading for the time period of July 21st to the 31st, 2018. I'm using Orisha Tarot cards. They are based in a Nigerian Yoruba religion, okay? So I'm going to be doing the Master Mason spread. It consists of me shuffling 7 times, and there are 7 different positions, okay? Apologies for the delay on these. When I did the first 6 videos, I got a little bit busy after that, so that's why I'm uploading them now, okay? All right, let's see. So Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising, July 21st to the 31st, 2018. Okay. Okay, Libra. The card you have underneath is a 7 of air. Maybe you could be making plans, but maybe this nosiness. I get that your cousins are a little bit nosy with something that you have going on. You could be that nosy cousin. I'm just gonna say you could be the one that's nosy. You could be the nosy friend. But you're trying to do something in silence, or you're trying to do something in quiet without people really noticing or taking notice of something that you have going on. But I guess I'm about wedding planning. So maybe you could be getting married. You could be trying to elope. You could be trying to get married without people knowing, or you are a part of a wedding planning process. And maybe there's an element where you don't want the person that you're planning the wedding for to know that you are a part of planning a wedding for them with this energy. Something is also happening here with breaking promises. You could be planning to break somebody's promise that somebody told you not to say something or do something, vice versa. You could be dealing with other air signs like yourself. But I get a Gemini female. If you're tied to a Gemini female, this energy could have broken a promise to you, or you could have been the person that broke a promise to them. So either way. But I get that they're a housemate. That energy is a housemate. You could be their housemate. You could be, but there's a temporarily living with. So either you're temporarily living with a Gemini female, vice versa. Somebody has been hit with like hard knocks. So either you or that Gemini female. So somebody has been hit with hard knocks, and maybe it's really like taking a toll on them. There's disagreements with family members, so either you have this going on with yourself. But I guess I'm a Leo. You may be disagreeing with a Leo. Like a male, there's a Leo male that you may be disagreeing with. But there's something going on with somebody family members. So you could be tied or dating someone or married to someone already, but there's disagreements or there's unfairness with family members. Like maybe somebody that you're talking to, like they're letting that their family members have a lot of say into your relationship with them, vice versa. It could be yours or their family members, but they're their family members. Maybe there's a Pisces. Somebody doesn't think that you should be with someone anymore. So maybe this could be your mom, and they feel like that you shouldn't be with your boyfriend or anymore. Your mom feels like you shouldn't be with a girlfriend anymore, or well, not even a fiance. Maybe it's a situation where you could be engaged already, but there's elements around you, or there's elements around your fiance where like somebody on the cover, they don't want to see you with it could be pertaining to happiness. Maybe you're happy with your partner, but maybe there's jealousy tied to these situations where somebody doesn't want to see you with somebody with this energy. So it could be family members, this could be cousins that don't want to see you with someone, friends that don't want to see you with somebody, vice versa, with this kind of energy, okay? Well, you're asking about the enslaved prisoner. You have enslaved prisoner energy going on here. So the enslaved prisoner is kind of like, like the hangman in the Rider. If you don't know, this is kind of like the hangman in the Rider-Waite tarot deck. If you're dealing with the hangman energy, not knowing, not being sure, or there's a situation that you could be learning from, but there's why people don't like somebody. So either your partner, maybe you're trying to understand why people don't like you. Maybe something's going on here, but or it's external. It could be an external energy that maybe somebody is really truly understanding why people don't. This could be a workplace situation. But I keep getting jealousy in a workplace. So maybe there's coworkers that are jealous of you. This could be a boss, a supervisor, that they're undercover jealous of you. But they also want something that you have. So you're dealing with people in a workplace or family that they're scowling at somebody you just married, at somebody you're dating, or it's a job, but they're like undercover jealous, and maybe something's going on with you in a job with people. But it's not you. It's these energies that they're making you feel. There's something going on with insecurity. They could be making you feel, I guess I'm on an Aries. There could be Aries energies making you feel insecure about, I guess I'm about your body. Like there's a fire sign energies, like they may be making you feel insecure about your body. But I also get this element of why you dropped a lot of weight. Like there's a feeling, whether you're male or female, there's fire sign energies around you that you may have dropped a lot of weight or you gained a lot of weight, but it's because of you let somebody, like, I mean, not intentionally, it could be intentional or unintentional, whatever. You may have let someone like have all this power of you. So what's happening is like you're starving yourself, or you're dropping pounds. But it's something about their parents may have, your partner's parents may have said something about your weight. But it's something about your jaw. Like somebody, this is weird. You're like, people, either you work with them, or they're like family members, or your partner's family members, or your, like, somebody said something about your jaw or your weight. Something is becoming smaller. So it could be your jaw, maybe your jawline is becoming smaller. Something's going on here with not having kids, or somebody's saying like don't have kids. Like somebody's telling you don't have children. You could be the one that's saying like don't have children, or maybe you feel like somebody's parents. Somebody's parents does not want you to have children. It could be where maybe there's an element here where you live with your partner's parents as well. They live with you, but there's something going on here where these elements, like they don't want you to. Somebody wants you to get your own place. Maybe somebody intuitively, there's abuela, like you're saying abuela, somebody's abuela does not want you to have kids somewhere. Doesn't want you to have kids, and maybe you live with your parents still. Maybe you live with your grandmother still. Maybe they're using their intuition that you're going to try to conceive in their house. Or your partner may be nagging you about starting a family in the wrong place at the wrong time with the enslaved prisoners. But I want them to leave first, or I want him or her to leave first before they decide to have babies here, or before we decide to start a family. Like you could be saying that about yourself. You could be saying these things to your partner. You could be like, I want to move. I want to have my own place first before I decide to have kids here with the enslaved prisoner. But we don't have enough money to. That's why I said from the beginning, you're making plans to go temporarily stay with a girlfriend or friend temporarily. Maybe you need a temporary separation because somebody's disagreeing with you, and that's why you want a temporary separation from a partner. It could be a temporary separation from a job. Maybe you're not getting along with coworkers, or if it's a home environment, you're not getting along with. But I get very needy. I have very needy children, or you're dealing with very needy, like somebody is suffering with like only child syndrome. Either it's only child syndrome or not having kids at all. Like somebody's literally suffering with that. But maybe you want kids, but you're not financially stable to live like in your own place, so you have to live with family. You and your partner have to live with family. You have no choice. You don't want to be in a shelter. Like somebody does not want to be in a shelter again, or for the first time with children, or like there's somebody's parents or friends, like they don't want somebody to be in a shelter again or for the first time. Very interesting. So either there's a fear of shelters. Like either you may be the one that has a fear of shelters. There's a trying to act like you weren't close to almost being in one kind of vibe. Like this could be a situation where like there's a going from house to house type of situation. Like either you're hearing about this, it's happening to a family member, or it's happening to you. So going on with a Gemini, I just say Gemini. They're tired of hearing about something. There's a Gemini that's tired of hearing about some of your woes, or you're tired of hearing about their woes. It could be something that happened to a Gemini. But when I said Gemini, they may be the ones that they're trying to act like they don't need something. It could be a helping hand. They're trying to act like they don't need a helping hand with something that they have going on here. Maybe somebody has kids. You have kids. They have kids. It's okay. Like, just ask me. Maybe they're telling you, just ask them. Is somebody trying to be prideful? You could be the one that's trying to be prideful, or they are. What's helping you is the 5 of Earth. There could be advice. This is the advice section, but there could be an element here where you got double advice coming from Earth sign energies. But that's why I said prideful. You may want advice from an Earth sign, Capricorn. You may want advice from a Capricorn energy, female, male, whatever. You want advice from these Earth signs, but something's going on with you. This enslaved prisoner vibe is you're trying to be prideful about something you have going on. It could be your job or your relationship, but maybe somebody intuitively knows that you're struggling with somebody. If I get a Leo, like somebody intuitively knows that you're struggling with a Leo. Maybe you want to. I get your cousin. You want to confide in a cousin. There's a Pisces energy. They fight Pisces, female, male, whatever. They don't want, it could be both of those energies. They don't want you to confide in an earth sign or Capricorn, whatever. They don't want you to confide in an earth sign. Maybe there's something going on here with like somebody feels like, okay, if you don't have money or there's lack of funds to move, period, how would you have money to give to somebody? How you have money to give to somebody? Or maybe you're saying to yourself, like, maybe the enslaved prisoner is kind of like, maybe there's jokers in a family. That it could be cousins that they're contacting you and they're talking, they're being snarky and they're talking about an earth sign energy, about how somebody lives somewhere and they want kids and they can't, where they're living at, they can't have children. But there's an element here, but you intuitively, you know that somebody can't have children either somewhere or they can't have them, period. So either you're responsible for that, or you intuitively, you have more information. I guess I'm an Aries, the birth control. Like Aries gave this energy birth control. Could be an injection or like in food. If I get stabbed, Aries energy could have stabbed in their sign energy with birth control. But I get that's why, or gave them to their food or whatever. That's why somebody's struggling to have babies. Somebody can get off of it. Like maybe you're saying you could have earth in your chart. Maybe something's going on with you. Maybe somebody gave you birth control. If I get Nana or an abuela kind of energy, somebody gave you birth control so that you wouldn't have kids in their house. Wow. So if you're a female, this is something that your mom did to you or your partner's mom or some grandma did to you. But that's why you don't want to eat somewhere. That's why you don't want to eat from someone. So your partner, maybe somebody brought that wind to you somehow. Your partner is like, they're trying to get, like, why don't you want to eat my mother's food? Why don't you want to eat abuela's food? They're giving you separate plates of food that have birth control or whatever, have birth control or things in them to stop you from having babies in their house if you live with family. Damn. So either your partner is going through this or you are the victim to this, or it's an earth sign energy that's a victim to this. So either it's injections or crushed up birth control pills and food. Damn. With the enslaved prisoner energy being here. But it's why didn't you tell me that before? Maybe you feel like somebody is intuitively or mystically, whatever. Maybe you feel like somebody is holding back information. Maybe you feel like somebody doesn't want to hurt you, or you don't want to hurt someone because you have information on them, secretive information, vice versa. Or you both have information on each other that you're not sharing. So it could be pertaining to money and jobs. And maybe somebody knows why you're struggling with work. But it's also this element here where somebody knows why you lost a job, right? You're going to, like, somebody knows why you're going to lose a job, or you know why somebody's going, you know why somebody's struggling to get a job. You know why somebody's struggling to get a job. It could be who they are. But it's about somebody's aura color. It could be your aura color or sign energy aura color. When I said that, people are scared of them. It could be the Capricorn or some earth sign, but people are scared of their aura. Negative energy has the Ace of Earth. That's why, like, somebody's like, you want to spend money. The Ace of Earth energy is in a negative spectrum of things. But I don't want to look for a new job. You don't want to look for a new job for some reason with the Ace of Earth. But it's breaking back in an old one. Like, maybe there's this element of you're breaking your back, enslaved prisoner. You may be breaking your back in a job that's maybe you're not getting any benefits, or maybe you're not getting paid a lot to do the kind of work that you're doing. Or maybe somebody you're saying to yourself, somebody's really good at something that they do, but they're not making any money, or they're not making enough, or you feel like they're deserving of making a lot of money. Could it be an earth sign? But I get mystic work. There's an earth sign energy that they're really good at some of that mystic work, then they're not making a lot of money, but you feel like they should. There's I want to hire, like, you want to hire an earth sign. But there's a Gemini energy that either they're jealous, or they're like in a way, some Gemini energy is in the way of you trying to hire somebody. Ace of Earth. They don't want that to happen. Or somebody doesn't want you to be hired somewhere. Be jealousy, envy, tide. But when I get some of a family member, maybe there's a feelings that you're having of a family member. But when I said I get multiple family members are jealous of you or sign energy, I get both. Family members are jealous of you and an earth sign. So it could be a family environment. But there's an element with this where a family member caused you to lose a job. A family member caused you to have a weird relationship with your coworkers or boss or supervisor. Or they cause you to lose a job, period. That's why I don't want to look for a new one. So you're trying to save it. You're trying to save the job. Or you're trying to save a job for somebody, but something is difficult about it because either they're out of reach or people don't want to see them working or living somewhere with the Five of Earth and the Ace of Earth energy being here. You don't understand why. Or maybe something's going on with you and you don't understand why people are don't want you to work or live somewhere with the Ace of, or have babies somewhere. Money. They're giving you, you're finding out that it's something that happened to your cousin, crushed up or injected birth control or it happened to you. But why didn't he tell me? I'm being drawn to a Leo. There's a strong Leo energy here. Why didn't he tell me that she did that? But it's also this feeling, why didn't he tell me that he saw this happening? Could be a Leo coworker. But it's about drugging. Like maybe there's a Leo energy that saw that is aware, or they saw or sign energy getting drugged, or they're aware that somebody's holding their tongue, and it could be a Leo. There's a Leo that's holding their tongue on birth control or drugging, that something that happened to an earth sign or happened to them. But I also get that somebody's on them. There's a Leo energy. That's where the money's going. There's money that is going to like drugs or some type of habit, smoking habit, whatever. That's why there's no money to. Somebody wants babies, but somebody doesn't even have the money to move. You don't have the money. You're some fire sign partner that you're tied to. They don't have the money, but they're smoking it out, or they're buying things. They're spending money frivolously, or some earth sign energy that's doing that. There could be both of those energies I just named. The advice is coming from the Four of Fire. There's a we should move. You should move. You should move. But I get after you find out what a parent did to you or said, or an abuela, like a grandma, somebody's nana, like, you're finding out something this creepy. Like it's really, like it's something about incantations over your head while you're asleep. But there's that feeling of, that's why I'm not well. Someone's going to have a difficulty with having kids as well. Maybe you feel like there's spellcraft going on in some house. There's family members that are mystically inclined in some house that you did not know that they were, and they're doing like incantations over your head, or they done this to earth sign. But when I say earth sign again, you're responsible for that. So you may have done incantations over earth sign energy's head, but I get to stop them from going somewhere, or to stop them from doing something. But I get someone rising. Like this could be rising in success, either over somebody's head or you did an incantation. Period. But some of that Aries, like it could be Aries energy that there's something going on with spellcraft and an Aries, and you did these things to an earth sign, or there are these fire sign energies that they're some partner that you have. You're living it at home with their family, your family, and somebody's doing like incantation and spellcraft over somebody's head while they're sleeping, and that's why there's difficulty with having kids, or having kids in some spot, or having kids in somebody's house. But I don't want that to happen. Like somebody's parents or friends or housemates, they don't want you to do that. Or you don't want somebody to do that. So you're doing some type of spellcraft. I get behind a door, or it's an Aries energy. Like somebody's doing like spellcraft behind a door, or spells, or witchiness, and whatever it is, birth control and food. You're finding out these things, or it's happening to a family member, or you're responsible for that. Oh God. Most recent issue has the Six of Fire. There's uncertainty in some house. Maybe you feel like you're walking around on eggshells in some house. It could have to do with not having enough money. Maybe there's that level of respect that you feel like you would gain in some home environment. Somebody's parent doesn't like you, or your parent doesn't like your partner, or whatever it is with the Six of Fire energy being here. You're trying to understand why your partner wanted to live somewhere. Maybe you feel set up. Maybe there's an element here where you feel set up with a fire sign, either good or bad, or somebody external feels set up with a fire sign. But it's like there's a can't leave. There's like a binding spell, or there's some binding situation going on here where somebody can't leave a situation. That's why I said something's witchy going on with this. You know, it's something going on with an earth sign family member or a friend, or it's happening to you, or you're responsible. But I get why a marriage is messed up, or why it's on the verge of being messed up with a Six of Fire. Somebody's parents, spells, witchiness going on. Somebody not rising in a job. You making money in a job, popularity in a job. Whatever it is, it can be broken. It can be broken. So if it's an incantation, it can be broken. But now you're like afraid. Like now you're afraid, I guess, of somebody's grandmother or mom. You're afraid of somebody's grandmother or mom in some house or a job. This could be a job situation. You're afraid. Maybe somebody you feel like someone have a Baphomet. Like maybe you feel like somebody's practicing this in a job. But I get to keep you somewhere. Like either to keep you somewhere or to get you to leave a job. They're doing some type of craft with Baphomet, like control stuff. You didn't know that. I didn't know they practiced that. I know she practiced that. I know he was into that. Maybe you're into that kind of stuff. I mean, that's what's coming out. But when I said I got a family member's into that, there's a family member at fire signs. There's family member. There's fire sign family members that are into that. If you don't like it, either you do or you don't. Or scaring somebody, it's scaring you. Damn. That's why some relationship is weird. The village energy for the answers, sign of Scorpio. If it's a Scorpio, they're revealing everything. But there's a dynamics of a family that a Scorpio that is coming out. Or a Scorpio is revealing the secrets behind a family dynamic. But there's a why someone isn't well, and I get a Taurus. There's this energy is revealing why a Taurus isn't well. A Taurus is not well because that's why this Earth sign energy is like this with the fire of Earth. A Taurus is not well because they're being schemed out of something. Could be they're being schemed out of a family or some type of money, some type of bond like that, Illuminati. I don't know what the deal is with that, with Masonic stuff, with the village energy being here, whatever it is, in some job. This could be a situation where somebody did some type of mystical craft on somebody in some job, you're aware of it, and it caused them to get really sick or something, like they got really, really ill. And they had no choice, but it was mystically tied. It caused them to leave a job or to be at home for long periods of time. But it also happened to prevent them from seeing something, or happened to you to prevent you from seeing something. This could be something that's happening to you. But what I said, I got how to remove it. Like, how do you remove something? It could be a hex result. Maybe you need sage in your house, or stones, crystals to sage out, cleanse out something that's going on, or it's a Taurus that needs that. When I said Taurus, it's too late for a Taurus. Like, somebody's deep in it. Maybe somebody's struggling to heal. It could be mentally, physically. Whatever it is happening to a Taurus and it's not fair, or it's happening to you, it's not fair. But when I say you, I get, why do they want me out? Why do they want me out? You're spiritually aware that somebody wants you out, either in or out. Why do they want me out? Birth control in your food. That's why you're not well. But that's also why you're confiding in a family member. There's truth that a family member is going to help you get, or a friend. Why would she put that in my food? Why would she put that in their food? Somebody's trying to have babies and nothing is happening because of somebody put crushed up birth control in the food. You could have been, if you're a man, maybe you did this to a woman. If I get something about your child, maybe something's going on, but maybe you have a teenage child that is frisky. It could be a teenage child, and maybe there's a grandma or a mom that they're doing something really old school in some house. You don't agree with that and say prisoner. Or it's you. The environment has a salamander, a sign of Sagittarius. The energy is responsible for something. They could be responsible for concealing something. But I also get pretending, some fire sign men, they're pretending that they want kids from an earth sign. They pretend they want kids with you, and they really don't, or either they do or they don't. Or it's a boss situation going on here. Someone on here with bosses and lies. There's lies with bosses. There's lies with bosses. Why do they really want me here? Do they really not want me here? Do they want me to have kids in their house? I'm trying to pay things. You want kids, but something's going on with struggling, and you don't understand why. Maybe you need to go to OBGYN. It could be a male OBGYN. But when I said I get concealed, there's a male OBGYN, that fire sign male OBGYN that's concealing something from you, or they're concealing something from this energy. Some earth sign. Scorpio has information into that. But there's how do they get his or her doctor's records, like pap smear records, somebody's doctor records. Maybe there's an element here where somebody has been ill for a while, but their husband or their boyfriend, or your husband, your boyfriend, your wife, somebody has your doctor's records, or this energy's doctor's record. If it's earth sign, somebody has their doctor's records. kept them. This could be an element here where they were mailed to your house, mailed to this energy's house, but they didn't receive them, or they're being, somebody is being spiteful. This could be a diagnosis that you got, or this energy got. Taurus, Capricorn, or signs. This energy needs to be boxed hard because they're responsible. These energies, the Scorpio has information, but this energy is, it could be a doctor or a nurse. Wow, Jesus Christ! So this could be pertaining to you. But every time I see you, there's a why am I? There's answers into why you're struggling to have kids. Why somebody's struggling to have kids? Somebody's pretending that they don't, that they want them, but you're finding out that you were given something in food, or injected with something in your sleep, or spiritual stuff like incantations and spells to stop you from I don't know. It's weird, or this energy. Interesting. If it's a Taurus, it's from childhood. Something happened to a Taurus in childhood. You're aware of that? Could be spellcraft stuff. I get that's why somebody only has one child. Could be the Taurus, female, male, whatever. That's why there's a spiritual reason into why, or a health reason, literally, why someone only has one child. But I get something about somebody's godmother. Like somebody's godmother is responsible for why somebody's ill at a young age. Birth control. Oh, wow. Somebody has been given birth control since they were little. So if you're trying to have kids, or somebody external from you is trying to have kids, something going on with being pretty. Maybe something's going on with like you trying to have kids, and maybe there's jealous energies around you that they don't want you to have kids because you're pretty. So they've been giving you, I guess, some injections, but maybe you've been getting injection and some type of injection since you were younger. I guess maybe a Capricorn was getting injections since they were younger, or since there was some age. Damn. But yet their sibling was doing that to them. There's a sibling that was doing that to a Capricorn, some earth sign. There's a sibling that was doing that to another sibling. You could be the cousin and you're aware of these things, and maybe there's a shut up kind of vibe that you know this. But that's why you're facing some type of karma, or this energy is going to be facing some type of karma for concealing something on you or this earth sign. There's also a Scorpio energy that's not right. Scorpio is not right about something. Oh my God. Wow. You're like, why am I not well? Why is this energy could have been like, why am I sick? Why am I trying to have kids and nothing's happening? Damn, people are evil. People are evil. Let me see the outcome. Libra. And again, this could be pertaining to some type of work and success. Spellcraft. Keeping somebody from rising in some job. Mystically. Somebody does not want someone to triumph over a Gemini or you. You don't want somebody triumphing over you. So you're doing things, or somebody's trying to do something to you. They don't want you to triumph over. So it could be triumph overing in terms of life path, having a perfect life with somebody, having kids, not having kids, having a high-paying job, not having a high-paying job. Somebody doesn't want to see you do well, or there's elements in a family or somewhere that they don't want to see somebody do well in life. Let me see. This outcome has the Four of Wands. You got double Four of Wands energy being here. I was going to moving. You could be temporarily moving as well. You could be getting away from lies in a house. Like, this could be you could be still in the house, but you're storming around, and maybe you're just going through doors or going into the attic or into some other room. You don't understand. You don't understand why people don't want to see. It could be stability. You don't understand why people don't want to see you stable in life, or it's external, and you don't understand why I get Sagittarius. The Sagittarius energy that you don't understand why this energy doesn't want to see someone stable. Or they're responsible for why someone isn't stable. Could be mentally stable, physically stable. Four of Wands, some fire sign man. But when I say fire sign man, I get their parents. Like their parents their grandparents or parents are responsible. Mystically or literally. All right, Libra, let me know how it resonates with you. Be blessed. Take care. Bye.